Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Hybridation HD with another coach interview, and today we have our special guest, Mr. FUH-ZEE. Hello.
What's going on, Fuzzy fam? Fuzzy here.
That's it? That's your intro?
What else was I supposed to do? You just said Fuzzy.
All right.
Like,
I'm just messing with you. So thank you for being part of this interview.
yeah,
Mr.
thanks for having me.
I want to make sure you are the coach of the.
Coach of the Chicago Bewares.
All right. Interesting. Because everyone forgets to say who their coach is or who they're coaching of, what team they're a part of. But we're not here for that. Well, we're technically here for that, but we're here for the interview, the most important part of the series. So I want to make sure that you're prepared and you're ready for this upcoming season 1 of the Elite Draft Championships. Are you ready?
Yeah, man, I've probably already logged like 10-ish hours of showdown time just testing different Pokemon that, would run good in teams.
Okay.
I've recorded quite a bit of it. I think I'm going to compile it together and just upload it all after we do the draft and stuff. But
Nice.
I got a lot of plans. I do.
Interesting. All right, so why don't we move on to the question, shall we?
All right, yes, sir.
All right, so the first question is, it's not really much of a question, but tell me something about yourself. Tell me, give me some information about who you are.
About me, like a fun fact about me, or just like about my channel?
General if of everything. Basically a summary of who you are.
So I'm FUH-ZEE. I play Pokemon, so I do a lot of Pokemon content. Currently, we're doing a Pokemon Red Randomizer run through. We got a couple things coming up. I do TCG on occasion. I do a lot of Showdown. Every Saturday, my favorite is called FUH-ZEE Fights. It's like a themed battle type thing. You just sit back, hang out, and try to mess around and try to get some dubs.
Interesting. Okay, so you're doing this Pokemon Red Randomizer on your channel, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, interesting. Moving on to the next question. When did you actually get into Pokemon? Like, it could be, whenever you first started.
So my grandma was very into equal rights, like in terms of, for my brother and I. So when Pokemon came out, my brother was like 4 and I was like 2 or something like that. And so she was like, I'll get them both a Game Boy and I'll get them both a Red. So I was 2 and I got Red for like Christmas or whatever it was. Okay. And so I beat Red like that. That's one of the things that helped teach me how to read when I was younger. My brother helped me a lot. Then a couple years later, my brother had Gold and Christmas came along, and he will never let me forget this. We were in charge of getting each other presents, and my parents bought it for us. And he went ahead and got me Pokemon Crystal. Still have the game. That's my favorite game ever in the entire series, that or Heart Gold. And I got him Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 for the Game Boy.
What kind of trade was
never
that?
Let me live that down. I know, dude. He'll always just be like, "Hey, remember when I got you Crystal and you got me Tony Hawk?"
Jeez. So I forgot to mention this, but you did come from first. You're a Gen 1 baby. Technically, you did start with the generation. Okay, interesting.
I am a Gen 1 baby.
Nice. And then you actually far like Gen 2.
Wait, what was that?
You actually like Gen 2 better. That's your favorite region.
Oh, yeah, 2 is my favorite gen. I remember like the hype. I was 4 or 5 around and the hype of like Pika Blue and all that other stuff going on, and it was pretty cool.
All right.
Pokemon Mania, when I got Pop-Tarts with Poliwhirl on it. I got these little cups that I like, the jam cups, from I don't remember what company did it, but it was like there was like jelly and like they came in like Pokemon jars.
Yeah.
And so like I still have all my cups. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned that Generation 2 was your favorite gen. What is your favorite Pokemon and why? Is it any of them in Gen 2 or is it actually your mascot?
Okay, so currently my favorite Pokemon is Bewear. Bewear is a monster. Fluffy allows him to take way too many hits that he really shouldn't be taking. He's just, I love his design. He's adorable. I want to hug him, even though it'd probably kill me. But before Bewear came along, because obviously Gen 7, that's like, 5 months old? Like, my favorite Pokemon is Azumarill. Like, has been since Gen 2.
Okay, so you actually
Yeah,
do have a Gen
but
2 favorite. So which
I
and your
do,
overall.
and Ursaring's also one of my favorites. That's from Gen 2. I love Quagsire. Most of my like, if I were to do like a top five, I think
All the
maybe
bears.
3, 4 of the five. Oh yeah, I'm a big bear fan.
So I don't know if you noticed, but in the announcements video, um, which it's been posted by the time I
Yeah,
recorded this. You
yeah, I
noticed
saw
that
that.
I called you the cute and cuddly, but
Cute and cuddly. I thought about putting that in my intro. Like, what up, Fuzzy fam? It's your cute and cuddly friend. You know, Fuzzy. I don't know. I thought about starting that in my. I heard that. I was like, that has a good ring to
Yeah, I
it.
feel you, man. All
And
right.
then, like in reality, I'm just this 450 pound, like black guy. Cute
Okay,
and
okay.
cuddly friend.
Okay, so you also mentioned that your favorite, or I should say, you getting into Pokemon was around Gen 2, getting Crystal, and you gave him your brother Tony Hawk.
Yes,
What
sir.
is your most memorable Pokemon moment?
My most memorable Pokemon moment. So there's a couple. My one that just straight up comes to mind is when I got my first shiny in Crystal. It was a Caterpie, and that turned into like my first like level 100. I raised that all the way to level 100 Butterfree, and that was pretty hyped. And
Is
when I
this
was in high
Generation
school, my
1?
sister, two,
Oh, Generation 2. Okay.
it was in Crystal. I don't think there were shinies in Generation 1.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh well. But yeah, so in high school, my sister was playing through my Crystal. She found, and she deleted my game, and I swear to God, I almost like tied her to the ceiling fan. I was so pissed off. Like
Damn.
that's my homeboy, you know. I mean, I didn't nickname it, but like that's my boy.
You did nickname it. It was Butterfree because you better free them cheeks.
Yeah, dude, spread them cheeks.
Better free them cheeks. So that's
Yeah.
interesting. What a good memory.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably my other favorite memory was I live on the West Coast. I live in Arizona,
Okay.
and around the time Heart Gold came out, it was coming out over what would have been spring break for my school,
Mm-hmm.
and my family, my dad's birthday was over that spring break, and so we were going to go to Disneyland. And we were going to be gone at the time Heart Gold came out. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening, Dad. Like, I got to play my Heart Gold. And so what he did was he set up, like, at GameStop, my best friend. We went together and we hooked our accounts together.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, for example, if my name was Joe and his name was John, my GameStop account even today says Joe John. Like, because both of the names are together because he had to pick it up for me. But we ended up going to GameStop, like, at 6 a.m. when it opened. Like, we did like a very early, like, we made a low-key deal with the manager, went in, picked up my Heart Gold, and we didn't tell my friend. So he was sitting there trying to get my copy, and they were like, we already gave you a copy, but we'll charge you for this one. And his dad was so pissed off, and so that's another funny one. And
Oh man,
so,
that's hilarious, man.
yeah.
Moving on to the next question, actually, where we're actually getting into the actual draft questions, the league.
Okay.
So this is the part where most people normally throw the shade at people, at the other coaches especially.
Oh, dude, I got some good shade to throw.
So, but before we get into that, I want to know your thoughts on season 1's formats. What are your opinions and thoughts on it?
I'm personally a little scared of the whole tier list thing. I think there's a lot of lack of organization in the draft format. I mean, I don't know when to dip down to UU. I don't know when to dip down to RU because there's still going to be OU Pokemon left. I think that does add a lot more skill to it, believe it or not. Like, I don't necessarily think certain Pokemon like Pheromosa should be banned, but bans are bans. When I play what are they, the Brooklyn Magnets?
Mm-hmm.
Me and him got into it the other day, and I think when I battle him, I'm gonna just name every one of my Pokemon Pheromosa and just body like the team with them. Like, I don't know. I think that it's a draft format. The nature of a draft format is to build your Pokemon to counter other Pokemon. So if it's a Pheromosa, well, shoot, I better have something that can take a hit from Pheromosa, because practically a bubble from a Chinchou can take it out. Its defenses are -8. Like it is, I could sneeze on it and it would die. But somehow we're paralyzed by its 150 attack, 150 speed, 180, whatever it is. Like, sure, it has stats similar to Deoxys, but
Yeah.
it's whatever. I mean, I'm not too torn up about it. I just think that the entire argument was stupid. But
Yeah. I was actually asking some people about the Gauntlet. What are your opinions about the Gauntlet?
Oh, I think it's awesome. I do a fantasy football league with my work.
Mhm.
That the bottom 2 teams, they're out like every year. And we've been going like 4 years. And like, when you get to the bottom, I mean, you suck. Why should we invite you back? I mean, besides like easy pickings. And
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be really funny to bring to the Pokemon format, because especially in an environment such as YouTube, like, we can find 4 new people like no problem.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I'm not worried. Like,
and,
the only
and you actually have a chance to redeem your position, and basically you just get put into a competition with 4 new people that want to join in. So we get the top 4 out of those 8.
Right, exactly. And I mean, you sneeze in your own hands. Like, I mean, because it's all about preparation. Honestly, draft leagues are all about running calcs and being like, all right, your Pheromosa is not going to one hit my thing, but I'm going to be able to one hit your Pheromosa.
Yes.
No problem. Like, that's what draft leagues is all about. Adjusting EVs, adjusting IVs, whatever have you, trick room teams, whatever, just figuring out a way to beat your opponent.
Mhm.
And if you don't put the time and effort in, I mean, I think that's your own fault. You deserve to lose. I mean, so
yeah,
I think the Gauntlet's perfect because you succeeding is in your own hands.
Yeah, and another thing about the Gauntlet that I truly love, that I was talking to Schlubs recently in an interview, it actually helps improve the competition, because the better people get onto the league, the more experienced people, and then later on, eventually, it's going to be the best of the best. So
right, exactly. Like, I mean, if one, you're going to be afraid, hey, I don't want to be in the bottom 4 because I don't want to risk elimination.
Yeah.
So you're going to be, you're going to be investing in your season so much more, and at the same time, you're bringing in players who want to come in and want to play. So they're going to be like, hey man, I want to get in. So I think that the whole Gauntlet thing, like you said, improves the competition, because bad people lose and the good people win, and eventually we're going to have a set of 14, 16, I don't know how many teams there are, I'm going to be honest, 16 teams of like people who actually want to play draft. And that's what's exciting. Like, in our last draft league that we did with the fletchling tube, that was really something that kind of like at the end of it, everyone was like, yeah, I don't really want to do this, and it just ended up like falling apart. It was terrible, and I was like, come on, man, it's the playoffs, like.
Who was it? Like 2 people it was supposed to be 4 of us in the playoffs, but
Dude,
only 2
it was
managed to be
me
in the.
and Zangus, we were in the same division. Somehow we made it to the final.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know. The entire East dropped out, and like half the West dropped out, and we were like, so what was the point of me like trying hard the entire regular season to just not win? To not go against actual competent like competition.
Yeah, and hopefully with this draft, I'm hoping that it's more gonna be, I'm put more effort into it, because you have to realize the host of Fletchling Tube League literally dropped us out the first week of. So
he was like, I know I started this entire club. I know I this entire community is all on me. This draft, I mean, the draft was honestly me and Alex. Like the league was pretty much ran by us, like, to get it off the ground. Yeah. And he was just like, I know I have, quite a bit of subs, but I'm just going to drop off the planet. But what's funny is he used his actual like Facebook, like his actual identity. So I'm not gonna lie, I stop in and just see what he's doing all the time. And I'm like, you fucking asshole! Like, what are you doing? I apologize. I don't know if profanity is allowed, but
no, you're
like,
good. You're good. But
bleep it out or something. But that dude is like literally like having a lot of fun with their friends. Oh yeah, dude, I love this whole community. And then 2 days later, just literally no warning, just gone. Like, what kind of a person does that?
See, which is one of the things why I'm really like very hyped up about is doing 100% of this draft league, and I'm very excited to actually start this because I've always wanted to do a draft league since the beginning. And
right.
finally I'm able to do it, and I'm going 100% all out on this. So I'm quite happy and content of what I've done so far.
Right, like I'm not even joking. Like when I joined Fletchling Tube, like what was that, a year ago? I was like, hey,
that was a year ago.
Yeah, it was. Not, I mean, kind of. It was June, so we're like 4 months off. But like, I was like, you know what? The only reason I want to be in this group is because I want to do a draft league. Like, you know, I hadn't met anybody yet. Like, you know, I obviously love all you guys now, but I was like, dude, I don't know any of these guys, but we're gonna get a draft league together because I want to do a draft league. Like, that was the only reason I agreed to join Fletchling Tube. Yeah. And look at us now. You know, we got our own league going on. And that's another thing. That's another thing I really like about the people like running the league. I mean, I guess you, but like you're one of those people that you're not just gonna drop and just, all right, you know, I'll see you later. You know, you're not just gonna just stop. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like
I know
you're definitely someone who's definitely in it for the run.
Yeah, I know how you feel, man. We should probably move on. So you said something that you're really most excited for. What are you actually most excited for about this league?
This league? Mm-hmm. I'm most excited for like being in an actual competitive like an actual competitive, I guess, community situation. I don't know the word for it, but like an actual like competition. I'm a very competitive person at nature. Mm-hmm. Like I've lost 2 teeth. My entire body's full of scars because like I broke a tooth in laser tag. I broke a tooth playing basketball. Like I've always been very competitive. Like I needed to rebuild my knee because I was playing street football and I caught a ball over this like little 8-year-old kid and smashed my knee on the concrete. Like I'm very competitive in nature. So like being in a like league that's actually fairly into the league, you know, that's what I'm most excited for. Like someone who's gonna sit there and put 10 to 15 hours in a week just prepping for your team, and I'll be doing the same thing, you know. So honestly, it's really all about prep, like I said, and I'm most excited for, you know, people to actually put in the prep and everything, have good games. Like even if I go 0-16 or 0-15, like that just means that people out prep me, you know, like
yeah.
That's literally what it is, and that's what I'm most excited for. Is I feel that there's a lot of people in this league that are definitely dedicated and, you know, ready to play some games and kick some ass. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. So without spoiling any of your plans for the draft, who you're planning on drafting, is there any game plans that you plan on doing, as in preparing yourself for preparing to get better at than what you did before in any previous last drafts you've done?
Yeah, I've already like that's the funny thing is with 16 teams and we're snake format, like it's hard to prep. It really is. Especially since it's tierless. Mm-hmm. Like you could have, you know, I'm just gonna throw it. You can have like Enigma run out and grab an RU Marowak, you know, like in the first round, or you can have like, I don't know. A lot of people are pretty. I wouldn't be shocked if schlubs grab Mudkip just for a meme, you know, like, and I don't know how to plan for that. At the same time, if I'm looking to grab a Lowland Marowak, but Enigma and the Sin City Marowaks are in front of me, like there's a good chance I'm not going to get it, you know? So I think draft order has a lot to do with it. And I just, like in terms of game plan, what am I doing? I've definitely touched a lot of Pokemon, like not sexually or anything, but like, you know, in Showdown. I've touched a lot of Pokemon that I haven't touched, you know, at all in the past. Like, you know, going through the ladders and stuff, I was like, really shit, like why is this Pokemon RU now? Like Gen 7 just absolutely through the tiers in an absolute tornado. Like things are places that I've never seen it, and you know I've been doing this since like around the mid of Gen 5.
And a lot of things about that. Sorry to interrupt, but you know, like Sun and Moon is a new whole meta. So
and
you know, the Smogon tiers aren't fully completed yet. Exactly,
and that's why I'm like. That's why I completely agree with you that it should be tier list, because, you know, for example, right now as we're speaking, like Dugtrio is being suspect tested up to Uber. Like,
an Uber. He's an OU right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, so like that's wild. I mean, like, he's always been an OU and UU, like, looking through, like, all of the past metas. But, like, you know, and then there's a lot of Pokemon, like, Necrozma, Pheromosa, like, Celesteela and Tapu Lele that just, they're on every team that, you know, you don't know if they're going to go up to Ubers. And if we do hey, okay, so for example, last time we did our draft was right when, what's his name? Quagsire moved from RU to OU.
Yeah. And
so people grabbed Quagsire in the RU tier, and I was like, wait, that guy's OU. You just got a 4th OU pick. You know, and so that's kind of like why tiers are good, because there's a ton of shifts. Like, I think there was just, 19 RU changes just last month. And I think there's going to be another 20 just in singular tiers that are just going to be wild, you know? So that's why I do agree with the tier list aspect of it. I just, but I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of new Pokemon that people haven't even bothered like using, but I promise you, people are going to get sniped, and people are going to get mad at each other, and people are going to have to use just, you know, hey, I need a spinner. Let me use this Sand Slash really quick, for example. Like, you know, I've never used a Sand Slash, but shoot, man, if I have to use one and I need a spinner and it's round 11, round 12, and I need a spinner, I'll get me a Sand Slash, you know? Like, I think that's definitely what I'm, like, looking forward to the most.
Yeah, so, moving on to the next portion. So looking at the opponents, I'm pretty sure you've seen all the coaches so far. Is there anyone that you're looking out for?
Oh, well, okay, so I'll be quite honest. Schlubs is the goofy guy, but that man knows Pokemon. Like,
hell yeah.
There's no question about that. Like, what did he run? The Ferrothorn that just turned into a meme because, like, he decided to throw, like, a specific item on Ferrothorn, and everyone was like, wait, what? And it was literally, like, perfect for the, like, perfect situation that it was used for. So I think it was like Focus Sash or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I just do something out. But, you know, Schlubs is definitely someone that you should walk it out for. And I mean, in terms of other competition, I definitely want to have a good match against Enigma. Me and Enigma have had a friendly beef over the years that, you know, I definitely want to say that he should build his own team this time and not have anyone else build his teams. But I think that's going to be a good battle. There's a lot of people I don't actually know anything about, like, you know,
that's
Naz,
something interesting. Because, like,
Naz is like 12 years old, but, like, I watch his Showdown ladders and I'm like, this dude actually knows, like,
you know, he learned from Schlub. That's why that's why he's known to be the son of Schlubs.
Really?
Because Schlubs taught him everything at that young age.
Dude, like, he's like 12 and he's sitting there like, yeah, I'm running about 12 EVs in this so I can outspeed this and this and this speed tier. I'm like, dude, I didn't learn about speed tiers or anything until I was like 16, 17, 18, and you're 12, you're in 5th grade or something, and you're just, you are a serious threat to win the league.
Yeah.
Like, that would be, shout out to him, but that would be embarrassing. Okay, and looking through other trainers, the Berkeley Magnets, I think there's Cam J next. I don't really know much about him, but he seems pretty confident in his ability in the league format. I think the other day he said, how many leagues have you been in? Because I've been in a ton, and I know everything about the league format. Obviously, I'm summarizing a little bit, but, you know, I definitely want to get a win against him. That would feel really good, you know, just self-esteem booster and, you know, awesomeness. Of you, Hybrid, we have a friendly rivalry. I love you, Dad, but like,
it's all right, man.
You know, I mean, the amount of shit talking we're gonna be able to do if whoever wins is gonna be just fantastic.
You're still not gonna beat me.
Yes, that's the thing. All I need to remember is that, because I had that in the bag last time we played, and then freaking Sleep Powder Venusaur. Like, I don't know how I forgot Venusaur gets Sleep Powder. That's like a staple move, but I did the same thing against Zangoose too. I was like, I had my Azelf out, and he had his Mega Venusaur. And I
had Mega Venusaur. I'm the one with Mega Venusaur. He had regular Venusaur.
She had regular Venusaur.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I was like, dude, I'm a Psychic type. Let me just start setting up nasty plots. And I had a Focus Sash too, and dude just put me to sleep. And I was like, wait, what? And I almost shut it off. I almost clicked X immediately. Like I knew I was done. Like, and I think he only had 2 Pokemon left. He had like,
and that was, I remember exactly that moment because I was like, all right, Fuzzy, you gotta beat Zangoose because he's up there and he does not deserve to be up there.
No, I love that guy, but he's very ignorant. And he's not ignorant, arrogant, and he's really all in your face about it. And I love that guy, but that dude, he sure lost. I mean, I should have been Enigma because that's the number one thing. I will tell you that the number one thing about this league this year. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay,
I can
cool.
hear you.
I was looking at the voice thing. It was all red. Number one thing I need to make sure I have something for this year is sleep, because I lost 3 games I had in the bag all 3 times just because of sleep. So that's something, whether that be like a heal bell user or just like straight out Kamala. I haven't figured that out yet, but there's definitely a lot that I need a game plan in terms of sleep. Yeah. But in terms of let's see, Schlubs, you, Enigma, Cam J, and what's his name, Naz. I mean, it would just be fun to beat V-Rage. Like, V-Rage is cool, and you're one of my better friends in this community, and just being able to beat your friends is a cool thing because you just hold that shit talking, the ability of shit talk.
Yeah, I feel you. This actually ties into the last question. You answered who you're actually looking out for and the people that you want to face, but who are you most looking for? The number one person you're most looking forward to face in the league?
The facing?
Yes.
The number one person. All right, so that might be the Brooklyn
Either you
Magnets.
win or you lose. So just you're excited to face.
I'm excited to face. Shoot, man. Like there's not really one team I'm excited to face.
If this was the match of the week, who would it be?
Oh, okay. I think I'm really excited to go against Schlubs. I'm not gonna lie. Schlubs is one of those people that absolutely ran the league last year, but we were in different conferences, so we were never able to, face each other.
Yeah.
But then I'd watch his videos and I'd be like, what the heck? Like some of his sets, man, are just otherworldly, and I think what needs to happen is we need to find a way to snipe Schlubs, like so he can't get Pokemon that he wants. but I mean, I think I'm excited to go against Schlubs, win or lose, just because like that might be a good experience, just going against someone who, I mean, pretty much everyone in this league I think agrees that he's pretty much the favorite to win it all. I'm not gonna lie, like he does a lot of VGC tournaments.
He said he's gonna be number one.
Right. Getting Jurassic in here, and Sin City Marowak's dropping his picture, telling everybody who's gonna take it all the time. Like, take it anally. I don't know, but
okay. So Schlubs, all right. So being realistically here, all right, like. This is a little broad question to ask, but where do you see yourself at the end of the season? What place and your win ratio?
Okay, so there are 15 matches, right?
Yes, 15 matches.
15 weeks. So at the end of the regular season or in the playoffs?
Regular season.
Okay, so I personally see myself in the playoffs. It's an 8-man playoffs. So in order to not make the playoffs, I'd have to do, worse than half the league. And
so you see yourself in the playoffs?
I do see myself in the playoffs. There are a lot of toss-ups in terms of games, but sorry, I just pulled out a piece of paper because I kind of want to tally. I was gonna look through logos and be like, all right, win, loss, win. But I think just looking at it, I think I can at least pull out. I see at least 5 wins that could be. Generally, I don't want to say an easy win because there's no such thing as an easy win.
Yeah, I told everyone else, don't underestimate people, especially since it's been a long time since we all competed like this.
Right, exactly. It's been a long time. Yeah. I'm definitely not underestimating anybody. Like I said, I could definitely go into this league and go 0-15, and whether that be a freeze hacks here or like.
Would you be very upset? How would you
genuinely?
Feel? How would you feel
if I went 0-15?
No. If you were fighting for your position for next season at the gauntlet,
how would I feel, dude? I'd probably borderline suicidal. I don't know. Especially since I know that I'm gonna be putting a lot of work and prep into my games, like the only way I think like on paper that I'll lose is just like me playing bad, and that's something that'll make me mad. If I put like 5 to 10 hours worth of prep, you know, like calcing damage and all that, and I still lose, I think that just that says a lot about my ability to actually battle, you know. And if I go 0-15 or I'm in the bottom 4, like I might as well just like pull the trigger there, man.
It could also mean that they out predicted you, or they out prepped you, you know.
Right, and like I guarantee there's gonna be a lot of moments where I'm just gonna be like, shoot, I have let's just throw out like a Pikachu, and you have a Diglett out, you know, but you know you might switch into something else or whatever, and you have like a Squirtle, Pikachu versus Squirtle. I'm a Thunderbolt. My mind's be like, wait, he's gonna go Diglett. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my Cubchoo, and I'm just naming little Cubs so I don't like ruin anyone's picks. So I'll be like, oh, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch into Cubchoo because he's gonna switch into this, and I'll just totally like massacre my entire plan in reality. Yeah, outpredict myself. I think in this league, like or just competitive Pokemon in general, I think your biggest like the biggest problem with anybody is yourself, like because you know, Pokemon's like really like a chess match. So you're trying to think like ahead of everybody, and if you just over predict or you just under predict, and you know that's pretty much it. Like especially when you have win conditions, and like when you're prepping for a team, you're like, all right, this Pokemon right here, this Pokemon goes through my opponent's entire team, and you lose at turn 1. You're just like, I don't know what to do, you know?
Yeah. I feel you. All right. Concluding to our last question, is there anything you would like to say to your fans, your viewers, or your rivals? You know,
anything I want to say. You know, I was thinking a good proverb the other day that isn't really safe for work. So if you're like 8, plug your ears. But I was thinking about getting really southern in here and saying that shit. All right, never mind. I completely forgot it as it was rolling off the tongue. It was something about having sex with a skunk.
What the hell?
And, you know, some people will say that skunk pussy is just regular pussy, but in the end, you know, it's a skunk pussy. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you got it. It's still a work in progress, you know. But that's why I want to say to everybody, you know, pussy may just be pussy, but you could just be fucking a skunk. There you go.
All right. Well, that's enough for today. Thank you again, FUH-ZEE, for joining us.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
the longest interview in all the interviews.
You know who's gonna be real happy about that is Ack, right? So fuck you, Ack. I'm longer.
The shade. All right. So
I think that's a little bit. That's not necessarily shade. That's just what is that, sun? Just calling him out. I don't know.
But yeah, if you like this content,
I love everybody.
If you really like this content, make sure you subscribe to this channel to make sure you see the latest Elite Draft Championship content. Don't forget to check the description below where it has all the coaches, including FUH-ZEE, channel links down below. So go check that out. Also, leave a like and comment down below to say if you want to say anything to Mr. FUH-ZEE over here. But this is all the time we got left. Thank you for watching. This is your boy Hybrid HD and FUH-ZEE, and
Bye.
We are heading out. Goodbye.
Love you.